Titowich of Australia out of the first hurdle. 3-1 Smith. Magnus Karras of Sweden coming back from 3-1 down to put out Dietmar Berger. 4-3. Mark Walsh. Model of consistency, isn't he? 3-1 victory over Justin Pipe. Up next, Dennis the Menace. Dennis Smith against Bernd Roith from Germany, making his debut here at the Worlds. And Mervyn King will take on Karras, the winner of that prelim match. So have a look how the draw is panning out. Mark Walsh will play Alan Tabb, and also in that section of the draw, fascinating game, that one, Terry Jenkins and Steve Brown. Well, Dennis Priestley, one of only 4 men to lift this PDC world title. We sent him out to dine with our man Rod Studd.
Dennis, first of all, pleasure to see you here. Always a pleasure to see you at a World Championship. This is your 21st, I think I'm right in saying. That's quite an achievement in itself, and one you'd be very proud of, I should think.
Yeah, 21 consecutive, yeah. Not bad, is it?
Not bad. I think John Lowe holds the record at 28.
Does he? 27, 28.
Yeah, do you think you can get to that?
No. I don't want to.
The World Championship's been pretty kind to you over the years, Dennis. 2 World Championships, 91, 94. Yeah. 94 when you won the first PDC one as well, which, you know, people kind of forget given Taylor's dominance since then. But you gave him a bit of a hiding that night at the Circus Devon, didn't you?
It was my day, that, well, my week. Yeah. It was first one as well, which is nice to be remembered. First PDC winner. I was probably at top of my game, you know, probably from winning Embassy through to probably about 96.
Yeah, and if you're the first person to win something, doesn't matter what happens after that, you know, that will always be something that you can
probably
say.
Phil might give two titles up to have been the first.
Yeah, that win over Phil Taylor in 94, I mean, afterwards, you famously said a few times, then I think, that you created a monster, because after that, he kind of got like the Incredible Hulk, didn't he? Got angry and started to dominate darts for decades to come. Obviously,
that's the type of bloke he is. He got that paste in, and he thought, I'm not having any more of that, and that's Phil's mentality, and the hunger and the will to win.
Well, Dennis, you play Bernd Roith tonight, the German player. Just tell us what kind of game you're expecting tonight.
I'm going into it looking as I'm going to have a tough game. Otherwise, I'd be a fool. And just hope my game's stronger than the German lads.
How long do you think we'll have the pleasure of seeing you up on the hockey?
Well, until I drop out of the rankings. I'm just going to go to the ones, you know, on the tour, what I want to go to. It's just a gradual, you know, dropping out of the rankings. And then when that happens, then bye-bye, Dennis.
Welcome back to the action. It's coming to you live from the Alexandra Palace, London. The Ladbrokes.com World Darts Championship, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. Time now to meet our players. Would you please welcome Bernd Roith. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the 2-time champion of the world, the pride of Yorkshire, the legend that is Dennis the Menace Priestley.
Yorkshire darting legend Dennis Priestley acknowledging the crowd. Such a gentleman. Could be his last year at the World Championships. Two-time World Champion playing in his 21st consecutive World Championship finals. Quite incredible record, quite an incredible darts player. Will he be celebrating with a major run in this, the biggest tournament of them all? Your commentary team, Rod Harrington and Rod Studd.
Yes, a warm Christmassy glow around the Alexandra Palace as this legend of the sport toes the hockey, as you said, Dave, for the 21st time in the World Championship. A true gent and a true great of the game. And the difference in experience couldn't have been different, because Bernd Roith from Germany is making his debut in this championship. Never played at the Worlds before, did a bit of damage at the European Championship earlier in the year, rattled Barney's cage before going out. He'd already beaten Dennis Ovens. Well, Rod Harrington's here alongside me. Rod, you've played with and against Dennis Priestley for many, many years. Just sum up where he would rank in the top 10 of the all-time greats.
Well, he'd certainly be in the top 5. I mean, if you took just on tournament wins, possibly he would, well, he'd definitely be in the top 5. But he's been a true professional in all the word sense, you know, in his conduct, you know, the way he's looked after himself. The reason that he's played all these many years is because he hasn't, it's horrible to say, abused his body too much. He kept himself fit all his life, you know, he always eats well, and you know, I've known him for 20 years now, been a good friend, and as I said, an absolute true professional. He's a perfect role model for all the youngsters that we're going to bring through.
Well, he'll have the crowd well and truly behind him tonight. Back in April, the World Snooker Championship, we saw Steve Davis knock out John Higgins and have a little run at the World Championship. The Nugget, I wonder if the Menace would do the same at the darts. They'd love to see him do it, Rod, wouldn't they? There won't be anyone in the house here, apart from friends and family of Bernd Roith, that isn't supporting Dennis in this.
No, and 60. I mean, he's certainly still got the skill to do this. The only thing that will let Dennis down now is he does tend to get a bit tired because of, you know, the illness he had, and of course of his age. I mean, he's not a young buck no more, so that does play a part. But in these early rounds, that shouldn't be a factor. You know, best of 5 sets should not be a problem for him.
Yeah, Dennis hit the treble 20 in terms of his age back in the summer. Back in July, Dennis turned 60. And as he was saying there in that interview, he'll just allow himself to go down the rankings gradually. If he does go outside the qualifying section, the cut-off line for the Worlds, we won't see him again. And it will be a sad day when he does hang up the darts. For good, it really will.
The problem is, Rod, someone like Dennis, he doesn't know anything else but getting on the road and doing things. He'll still be doing exhibitions, that's for sure, because he ain't going to sit on that settee watching the TV with his racing pubs, calling Jenny to get him his cup of tea and his Yorkshire pudding.
I know Jenny's back home in Mexborough watching, sorting out all the Christmas arrangements. Dennis has quite rightly left her in charge of all that.
He wouldn't know where the kettle is, to be quite honest.
He knows where the treble is, and he needs a couple of trebles here because Bernd Roith, who is a chef actually, we should leave him in charge of the Christmas dinner. He's stolen a march in this first leg.
Yeah, certainly Dennis is miles away at the moment, and you can see that in his face. You know, a close dart is on the wire. Certainly them 3 were miles away, and that's straight in the middle. Well, he hasn't got to take it out, he just needs to set it up, which he should do from here, although he's hit the 2.
69.
Well, he's missed a couple of, as you would call them, Rodney, big numbers.
Can't afford to do it in this game, because Dennis could easily hit 140 here, puts the pressure on Roith, and then he misses, Dennis takes it out. That's how quickly a leg can turn round.
I mentioned the European Championships. Roith, on that evidence, is clearly nobody's fool, because he had Barneveld rattled and on the ropes midway through that game. Barney eventually won 10-7, but midway through,
42.
Roith looked the more likely winner of the game. So let's see if he can deal with this 62, get the first leg on the board, his first ever leg at the World Championships.
quite understandably taking his time over it. Well, choices. Looks like 20 double 16 is going to be the route of escape. So 2.16 to Bert Roith for the first leg.
30.
Should be back, Rod.
Yeah, he should do. I mean, Dennis's darts have been very low, which are tired darts. This one's got to be really pitched up. It's got to be in the top of the treble if he's got any chance of taking this out. And that is absolutely perfect. He called it. Oh, that is a very low dart. I mean, extremely low. I mean, you couldn't get any better than that first dart, the way it was laying, the way the V of the flight was sitting absolutely perfect to just kiss it in. But this guy's got to take it out, Rod. I mean, big stage, big noise, never been here before. He'll probably go straight in there.
How right you are, Rodney. How right you are. So Bert Roith gets the first leg on the board. Took him a couple of stabs at double 16, but he's off and running. Dennis hasn't really settled yet, that's better.
Well, certainly that's a better start. There we see Dennis's action. It hasn't changed. You can see he's got a very high arm release. A lot of players, if they pointed their index finger, would be at the treble 20. You see Dennis's hand, he's pointing probably about 10 foot above the board, a very high release. That's because he throws a very light dart. You see right there, he lets go of the dart rather early, I have to say. Probably a couple of inches earlier than a lot of people, but certainly it's very effective.
Won the World Championship in '94 with a demolition job of Phil Taylor at the Circus Tavern, 6-1. And 4 further runners-up spots in the PDC World Championship. Beat some bloke called Harrington in the quarterfinals in '97.
Lucky he was that.
Must have been, Rod. Must have been lucky. And not much has changed apart from the moustache. Is a little greyer these days, Rod, isn't it?
And a couple of bags under the eyes, which it comes to us all at this age. But I mean, the throw of Dennis, when you look at it, we talked about Gary Anderson's throw the other day. He just brings it parallel to his eye to the board, and then just a good fire release. And it's so basic, but he perfected, you know, what is a basic throw. Where this guy's got the dart pointed at the ceiling.
Yeah, it's a good point that, Rod, actually, because the way he's throwing it is a real up and over, isn't it, technique, whereas Dennis is far more rock steady, far more direct.
You watch this, Rod, he just brings it back to that right eye, so he's right, the flight, it's like shooting a gun. That flight is looking directly through that flight at the treble 20, so he knows that his arm's set perfectly every time he brings it back.
60 points on the floor there. I wondered if he'd stay up for treble 20 after the first start, because it did appear to be hanging on by its fingertips, but he chanced it, knocked that one out, and put another one back in the treble last start. So should be first to the double in this leg.
100. Dennis should require 180.
More flights than Heathrow here at the moment, that's for sure, as Priestley looks for 118. Still on if he can put one underneath. That's unlucky.
That is very unlucky. I mean, they're very good thrown darts then. Wow, that's a bad dart. I mean, now if Roith can, you know, even if he sets it up, Dennis is only going to get one dart at a double. Or if he takes it out, it'll be 11 for the bullseye, that's for sure. Well, he wanted that. If he hits the... I mean, that's incredible to miss by that far. If he hits a treble 11 now, he's okay because he's game shot. But
it's not often you're lost for words, Rodney, but I think that left both of us flabbergasted. Bearing in mind, it was single 11 or treble 11 he was looking for, and he hit double 14. So a reprieve for Dennis.
But only one dart at a double, possibly, unless he hits this 57. You know, that one that he hit with the previous darts has killed him, really. He's only going to get one dart at a double, important double. This is double top to get the leg on the board.